Hello. I apologize for looking like a complete and utter dork. I'm wearing my noise canceling gaming headphones with mic extension because it's so noisy out that I need the help being able to cancel out all the noise, and because this mic will actually pick me up without you hearing all the other noise. Before I get to the other stuff, I would like to voice just how utterly pissed off I am right now. I've done a couple failed takes, so it's not as apparent in my voice, but I am fuming. If I took these headphones off, steam would roll out of my head. I lost internet for about 20 minutes because they had knocked the cable loose from this thing that screws onto from hammering that wall so hard, and they also knocked two plugs out of the electrical sockets, which is actually dangerous because if they would have like caught and like sparked, they could have caught things. I don't even have like paper and stuff sitting around it, but it would have started a fire. It would have been bad, and I'm really thankful that it didn't. They also ripped the window partly out of the wall. They're supposed to replace them Monday, which means that from today until Monday, whenever they replace the windows, I don't have a completely sealed apartment. I can smell all the dust and fumes and stuff from all the construction coming into the apartment from that, and I'm not going to duct tape it because that's not my responsibility to clean up after them, and Nick is going to be calling the office and then also checking with city ordinances to make sure they haven't violated anything, because that just doesn't seem like it's okay whatsoever. Not to mention the fact that our electricity bill and stuff is going to go up because the AC is going to run more because there's no seal and it's hot out. But anyway, that's aside the point, right? I wouldn't throw stuff at these guys. I mean, I was really upset and frustrated, but the actual construction workers are nice. I just don't think that they're used to working on buildings that have people who live in them and actually would like to enter and exit their apartments throughout the day. I really don't blame them for this. I mean, it's not like they have any control over this. They have a job to do. They're getting paid to do it. And if they're being told that they have to work from 7:30 in the morning to 7 in the evening by their bosses who are told by my property manager, then that's the way it's got to be. I'm trying really hard not to be mad at them. And the day that guy came in, I do have a deadbolt. I don't usually lock the keyless deadbolt when Nick is gone. I used to not, because it was easier when he got home. He could just come in, and because I never had a threat of somebody coming into my apartment. But since construction has started, and since that a-hole came into my apartment claiming that he forgot we just talked less than 5 minutes before, that deadbolt's been locked, and I let Nick into the apartment when he gets home. You were kind of talking about how at school you're the girl who takes all the notes. I was not the girl in classes that took all the notes because writing stuff down helped, but I only wrote key points. But I am enough of a dork and note taker that I took notes from your vlog so that I could actually have talking points with you. I tried doing it without the notes and it was horrible, so I rewatched what you said and wrote down everything I wanted to talk to you about. I will check the mail tomorrow. Nick has the key. He'll get home in the evening after it's already dark, and I'll probably forget by then. So tomorrow, when we go and pay our last month rent here and everything, we will go and check the mail. And if since you said it's probably going to come Monday, it probably won't be there yet. But if it is there, we'll have it. And if it isn't, then I'll just take the key from him on Monday so that I can go and continue to check. Yay for the shark toothless smile. It looks great. I'm glad that it's healing really well, and I'm sorry to hear that the clot is kind of being a brat, but I remember when I got my lower wisdom teeth out that it sucks. But if it's healing okay right now, then it'll continue to heal okay. You're smart. You'll take care of it. To girls being sorted into Slytherin is kind of funny that they're that PO'd about it. You just need to sit them down and school them on the wonders of Slytherin and why they should be ever so proud and flattered by it. But whatever. If they want to be whiny about it, whatever. Just going down the list of everything. Dad's gifts on Tumblr. There are a couple pictures of it. Do not let him see it because I don't want him to know what he's getting. It's that thing that I was wearing on my face. It's called a cowl. It's basically like yours, except that it's not really loose and it's not able to be worn as a hood either. I made that because it's easier to wear on your face when it's like really cold and he's working outside than it would be for him to wear a scarf, because scarves can come loose and whatnot, and that is literally, it fits snugly around, but it's not so snug that it'll cut off circulation. And I think that considering he does work outside a lot and he does, a lot of shoveling and whatnot, that'll be a good thing for him. I really didn't know what to do for him either until I thought of that, and I was like, boom. Mom's gift, you gave the suggestion for that, and I would think that I wouldn't have to go into more than that, except that I'm going to be sewing it, and it will be in the shape of something, and he goes, wow. What else? Your hair. If you want to get it cut, girl, go get it cut. That is your business, and if mom can't find the time to go with you, then go and do it. You big girl, you can go do it. You know where to go. I like your bangs. They didn't look choppy. My bangs do the same thing. They hang like right there, and they don't leave me alone. Right now they're staying back because I haven't trimmed them. Work. I'm glad to hear that work is going well. I know it can be stressful. Anything in customer service, whether it be food or retail, can be super, super, super stressful. I've been there. Just got to keep your head up and kind of stay positive. If I can make it through it, you can totally make it through it. You are totally stronger than me when it comes to stuff like that. And your feet hurting, you need to evaluate your shoes, Janice, and where you're standing. If your shoes don't have very good insoles in them, like I know that you're working at kind of a nicer restaurant, so you're probably going to not be able to wear like black tennis shoes or whatnot. So if your shoes don't have proper insoles that are like supporting your arches and supporting your heels, then it's going to start hurting. And first I would look into better insoles for your shoes if that continues to be a problem. Part of the pain is also that you're not used to standing that much, but I would look into better insoles. If better insoles don't do it, then you just need to get a better pair of shoes for work, which might be hard if you have to wear dress shoes, but just continue to hunt. It might be a little expensive, but it's better than the pain and suffering, because if you don't get proper support on your feet, not only will your feet start hurting, but your circulation, your feet will start to suffer, which means your toes will start to tingle and have problems, and you might start having leg problems, or you might even develop lower back problems depending on how you're standing and whatnot. So just kind of check yourself. School, I'm glad that you're taking notes. I'm glad that you love humanities. I do know what humanities are. We didn't really have humanities classes at OSU. I mean, we probably did. We had a whole school for it, but they didn't really call it humanities. They had titles for them. But I have a degree in humanities. If you really want to break it down to the most simplest of form, music history is a very selective subsection of humanities. English should get better for you. I know that English in high school is kind of grammatically intense and sometimes kind of boring because they have all the high school lit that you have to read and whatnot. But college English courses and writing courses for me were a lot of fun. Of course, I'm also a dork and I love writing essays and research papers, hence why I went into music history. But yeah, I think writing a 3-page, 750-word essay on your writing experience, your creative writing, would be good. You might get some critique back from them on that. And I also don't like the tone that you had about how you don't sound like you're writing as much as you used to, because you can put together a really good, complex story. Your subject matter might not be something that I am as interested in. The whole demon thing, or I think your vampire stories too, like they're kind of it, but they're not kind of, like I don't really read vampire stories and demon stories. It's just not really my thing. I can't get into it. But what I have read, for the sake of reading it and for the sake of trying to get into it, even though I don't like the subject matter, I like what you're doing. If that makes any sense. Like, you can create a complex story. You can have multiple storylines going on that all interweave together. I've seen it. You have really good character development, and I think you have really good ideas, and I think that you could totally keep going with it. I know that it's expensive to try to get published and whatnot, but just keep working at it and kind of hold on to it, and, you know, from time to time look back at it and see if you can fix it up at all or anything, and just continue to work at it. Use it in your free time, you know, stuff like that. Because I really hate when I hear people say that, like, well, I like doing this, but with all of this, I can't do it anymore. I've been there with my knitting and crocheting, and I regret not continuing to work at it, because I could be so much better than I already am if I had continued to not take giant year breaks from doing it. Woody says hi. I've tried getting him in the shot, but he's, like, out cold, or at least out enough that he does not want to be in the picture, and he gets really angry when I try to put him in the picture, but the little man says hi. Do you have any plans this weekend? Anything exciting? What did you guys do for Dad's birthday, or what are you planning on doing, or are you guys not doing anything? Trying to think of anything else that we can talk to. I'm kind of over the limit. See, you were complaining about your videos being too long, and I do the same thing, and I'm even trying to be concise. We'll get better at this. And now you've got me saying a lot. Somebody commented on my purse. You know that pink purse that I posted on the blogspot account and everything, this pink purse that I'm holding right here? Somebody at Chipotle who works there just randomly saw it and was like, oh my god, did you make that? And I was like, yeah, I made that. And she was like, do you sell them? And I was like, no, not right now, but I'm planning on it at some point. I'm still trying to get the logistics of it and everything. And she was like, oh my god. She didn't like come right out and say I would totally buy one, but she thought it was totally awesome, and that made my day, because usually my friends and like former coworkers are like, that is so cool, but I've never had somebody like flip out on me like that, and I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, your turn to try to figure out what to talk about. Yeah.